Hello, 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 hello. How's it going? I'm back on a fine Tuesday evening. Feeling good mood. Just had a nice chicken. I think it was, no, actually, it weren't chicken. Steak pie. So I'm all fueled up for a good stream. Well, brief one in relative terms, but a stream nonetheless. Now, as always, we'll have a laugh. We'll try to at least. And probably head over the Sea of Thieves waves shortly. But as always, we'll react to what's been happening in the world of sport. And is the summer transfer window edges closer? We're predictably getting the articles where, how to put it, but even though they'll say sources say, but every year there'll always be those articles, the 10 players, like, similar to this, the 10 players that United can sell, and the articles are predictable and lack how do I put it? They lack the perspective of it. They lack the market sort of context. And for instance, naturally, of course, you've got the whole Rashford thing is very straightforward, but I'm not sure. The problem that naturally United have had is they've gone through discussions like this of the however many players they've wanted to sell. There's always been a huge discrepancy of the other leagues which aren't as lucrative and therefore offer less, combined with the elevated value that United would want. For instance, you take Andre Onana. They paid, I think it was between 35 and 50. I can't remember exactly. Someone may come in and correct me. But one second. Hopefully I haven't logged out of it. But I can't imagine that anyone in Italy would come calling, because the main clubs, whether it be a Juventus or a Inter Milan or AC Milan, to my knowledge, aren't in the market, and therefore all the other clubs below that, you'd highly doubt they'd even consider paying a 20 to 30 million for Andre Onana. So I struggle to see how they'll be able to get rid of him. Rasmus Højlund is fairly you could sort of semi-understand or go, okay, fair enough. Napoli are doing well, even though I don't believe the top of Serie A. But yeah, they're not too far away. Predictable second-year slump in relative terms. Excuse me. Whew. I can't remember what his option is. Then Joshua Zirkzee, pleasingly, they didn't buy him for a huge amount. I believe it was in the 30 mark. Combine, and that's not even to mention the wages element, and these players would naturally feel wouldn't want to go down as much as they'd want, as they'd probably be offered. So there's a whole load of things of the other European leagues, and I can't see any of the players in the Man United squad, if I think off the top of my head, wanting to go to any other, or there being any other side in the Premier League that would want them, being one. And therefore, I think the financial strength of the other European leagues, combined with what Man United would want, even though it would be discounted, there'd still be a strong differential, combined with wage discrepancies. They're going to struggle to get the upfront fees. Naturally, you'd hope they'd get some options and obligation, loan to option or loan to obligation, but still, for that very reason, I can't even see them going for the loan, them being many taken for the loan for an obligation to buy. But yeah, and when it comes to their midfield, their targets, I think it'd be very of course every creator and his dog will sort of say two midfielders and a left back, but the thing that I find curious is I can very much picture Man United and Adam Wharton, right? So separate that side, nothing riveting there given how much they're linked, and I could just see him wanting to go there because of both the path to the starting 11, it being close to home with him being from Blackburn, in sort of his relationship with Kobe Mainoo and all that type of stuff. So separate him is, if you consider the reports of Man City being ahead for the Elliot Anderson, them being ahead in the Elliot Anderson race, I'm going, right, okay, who's that second midfield spot for? As even though a lot of these midfielders are often linked with Arsenal, as well as I struggle to picture, I could easily picture those particular players in question being slightly irrespective of the health of the team as it is, you naturally want a relatively clear picture of your part of the first team, and I think Arsenal's relatively clouded, irrespective of what they may say. But anyway, how will it end up being, will Man United end up in a deciding between what two Newcastle players to sign to cover the various holes, meaning naturally, as this sort of articles, illustrated, one of them being Lewis Hall, I think would be a phenomenal signing. It's obviously to A, provide competition for Luke Shaw, B, to be sort of you already have a long-term number one plan, irrespective of what happens with a contractual situation of Luke Shaw, with him being at that point 1 year left. I mean, you don't have to be held to ransom, therefore giving you even more leverage to potentially get the wage bill down, because you then could sort of pivot that to hoping that a Harry Emas or a Diego Leon, however you want to pronounce it, take a step, because then you can then sort of build that number two left back from within. You'd be a yeah, can see them going that way. It's the Lewis Hall versus Sandro Tonali, because I could picture then, by extension, Newcastle digging their heels in like they did with Liverpool and Isak to try and maintain their leverage as much as they could. But I can't imagine Newcastle. I can't picture Newcastle and Man United doing a double deal for, say, Tonali and Lewis Hall, meaning which one would United go for? And I'd be inclined to go for the left back, even irrespective of their midfield holes, just because whether it be a João Gomez or obviously Tonali, Adam Wharton, I could easily picture the Elliot, even though I mentioned it that Man City are likely ahead, or that whole that point. If Man City's summer goes how it could go, with the media currently painting that both Bernardo Silva and Rodri are out on their way out, I can actually pivot. I can see the opposite of them staying on new deals, because the Rodri to Madrid just, to me, feels like always contract chess. And whenever you see comments in the media, there's always an ulterior motive to it, irrespective of it, the just answering a question. Because you could have been political and said nothing, but he chose to give something. But yeah, meaning that those two players, if Rodri and Bernardo stick around, which I think it's a sort of summer too soon to move on from them, to be honest, then that would sort of make United's job a lot easier. In terms of, it could somehow get Elliot Anderson over the line and beat City to them, and you can sort of build a midfield of Anderson, Walter, and Kobe Mainoo. Again. And it's sort of a nice complement of skill sets. But yeah, we move on to next two tabs are very much Tottenham centric. Do I need that? No, I don't need that. And it's an interesting appointment in the respect of I've never quite seen a managerial appointment. From what I can remember, I can't remember a managerial appointment getting this amount of blowback. Yeah, I can't think this amount of blowback, and it's he's going to have to hit the ground running, obviously really quickly in the respect of the relegation battle, but with the club in the state that it's in right now, personified by a sort of a managerial appointment blowback to this degree. Obviously, every managerial appointment is going to get some doubters just because everyone's entitled to their own opinion and perceive they should have got a different route. But yeah, it could this. Obviously, every managerial appointment is sort of a make or break, but it feels more so than ever in the respect of how short of a fuse De Zerbi has and how his past two jobs have gone in Marseille and Brighton. Even though he's kind of that, he's got a bit of an attitude, and naturally you want managers to have some form of attitude. It's arguably an attitude they need in some respect, but it's the short fuse nature, and with it being a long-term rebuild, irrespective of whether they survive relegation or not, long-term in his past two short fuses, it's all a bit of a discrepancy there. With a blowback, it's got a tall order, obviously. Is there anything else that is said super risky? It is. That's what it ultimately is. It's some degree of a risky appointment. And the only other realistic manager that I can think of off the top of my head that would be interested in a job like that would obviously be an Oliver Glasner, and don't quite there's not as much of a differential between him and Igor Tudor, and I say a bit of a differential, but you know what I mean. It's doesn't quite wow you. I saw this headline and made my sort of, when I see sort of an article that says Browns owner addressed comments, and I put my head in my hands, because they sort of, based on past history, they always leave me sort of slightly either dumbfounded or a combination of dumbfounded and frustrated. Yeah, I don't pleasingly, I don't believe the Browns, might as well go on this one, team's free agency tracker, the Browns signed I don't believe they signed a QB, but I could be wrong on it. Yeah, they didn't. So yeah, pleasingly they didn't sign a QB to date in free agency. And providing, I just hope to God they do what I said they should do, and give Shedeur the keys to the franchise for the year, and properly give him the keys, rather than we couldn't get what we want in the draft, so here you go, here's the keys. Properly invest in him. You could easily pivot, and even consider trading away that Dylan Gabriel. Then to get something, because not much is going to happen because of Shedeur's Deshaun Watson's contract. She naturally hamstrung a lot, and let me just review that. So we're in this particular bit here. It's then void years where he's got it's such a bad. It's just baffling. But yeah, you're going to have to continue to invest in Shedeur, even if you. But yeah, I'm waffling on. But believe in Shedeur for the year, and you can easily pivot to go in the draft again when that draft's likely to be more plentiful. I'm not sure if they still got a Jags pick in that year, but I know they got some in this year. But that contract is such a weight that you struggle to make that jump to the next step, even with or without it. Quite simply. And that's that. When it comes to AJ Brown, the Eagles and all that, naturally the point of focus will be AJ Brown. But I think eventually, if I was a betting man, which I'm not because it's stupid, is that I think the questions regarding AJ Brown, I think there's a wider question of what's his name? It's Nick Sirianni's genuine credibility as a head coach, the point where every franchise will have personality like AJ Brown. Combine that with an inability to hire a proper OC, I think his inability to handle the bigger personalities will further translate. So I can easily see him more of a regression. And then been looking for a new head coach, quite simply. That'd be what I'd say to that. Because even though people are going to put it firmly at the floor of the player, there's always two sides to everything, and multiple things at play, and fire doesn't start with just oxygen. And I think the head coach was part of it, quite simply, resulting in, eventually, whether it be next off-season or the one after, I'm looking for a new head coach. I'm quite comfortable in that, in jumping on that. The final bit is obviously Anthony Richardson, and it not looking like, not surprising, that there wasn't much of a trade market for him. But when you consider the contract they gave Daniel Jones being, for all intents and purposes, a glammed up 1 year, even though it was 2, I'm firmly of the opinion he's not the answer. Obviously, people were quick to jump in the comments and said neither he's the answer, but he's cheap, a cheap contract, and with Sam Darnold's sort of low progression, you could very easily see him sort of picking up at the end, picking up slowly, sort of aging like a fine wine. Now, wasn't quite sure what to do, so we'll give Sea of Thieves a go for about an hour. The plan is to stream for about, log off about 8:30. And then go from there. Who's me? Not sure whether this is to do sort of a single. Because I'm sort of in that mood of
Drop anchor. Nice. Perfect.
How do I leave?
Hello, mate.
I did that by accident. But yeah, I'm just leaning to just do a boat on my own for this particular one. I'm sort of socialed out. I mean, if anyone tuned in for stream on Saturday, I streamed for 5 or so hours with just trying to escape, so I just make sure it's just myself. So I only really want to sort of sail around and sort of do all my own thing. You know what I mean? You sort of I'm in that sort of mode of I just want to be on my own for a bit with sort of, if anyone's here in the chat, and yeah, I'm in that sort of zone. Nothing against anyone else, it's just And that is the... Still trying to understand the game, and I'm sort of in that zone as well. Hello, Poppet. Micro. Right, I know these guys. So any sort of quests?
Greetings, Gold Hunter. Our fortune awaits. Want to find gold?
I want to buy their flag, but I can't remember how. Well, I want to buy their flag. Purchase an M. Is this it? The... Right, so I want to... Gold Hoarder's Emissary Voting Table. Where's that? Not entirely sure what I just did, but... How do I get their flag? I don't understand. There it is. Right. Can I not get their flag because I maybe already have one? Is that feasible? I reckon I already got a flag. Gonna give this one a go. Not sure why.
Did Olivia send you? Oh, thank heavens. I've been beside myself, out here all alone with no one to confide in but that beastly Humphrey. There's nothing I can do, you see. Not really. I'm no pirate. Not like my best friend Rose. She's amazing. I once saw her bite a rope clean in half, you know. She's so fierce. Unless she's with George. He's her fiancé now. And she sent me this beautiful diary, all about how they both met and fell in love. They've even asked me to officiate their wedding. It's such an honor. Except, you see, They were due to be married 3 days ago, but they never arrived, and I've been worried sick ever since. I just know something must be wrong. Olivia told me her compass helped you locate a skeleton lord. I'm not as skilled with the ritual, but yes, perhaps the same magic might help locate Rose and George. Rose wrote
I hope someone else understands this.
in her diary. Find their chest of memories and bring me any mementos it leads you to. Please, hurry, I'm begging you.
Okay. Quest, so it's this one. Help me find my friends. Where on earth does it say I need to go for it, though? That's the question. Let's see what island in Sea of Thieves for Rose and George quest. How do I turn the page? Is it like I can't help but thinking it should be it's a keyboard and mouse. Interact F maybe. Right, it's that. The quest dynamically choose locations based on pages in your Telltale book. The chest of memories, your first objective will always be. Problem I have is then is the what island I need to go to for it. The problem I have with taking some of these is the so that's it's the thing I struggle with. I don't know how to, or is it just a case of but even if I go to the islands that it's saying to go on, so I'm here right now. So it says Sandy Shallows. That's there. Then let's exit that with F. That's the. So then that's the map there. Sandy Shallows, Rapier Bay. Wherever that is. Rapier Bay. Rapier K. Rapier K. Then Boulder K. Shouldn't be too far away. That's there. Let's go to that one. That's that one. Chest there, and then hope by the time I get to some of these places that it's more abundantly obvious where the bleep I'm going. Better zoom in. Now I remember. Let's have a look at some of these barrels to see if there's any food in any of them that I can just quickly pinch. Perfect. Just want to make sure I got all my. It's food's that one. Then this barrel up here is for these. Let's do that. And there's a little bit more in there. Anything in this barrel? Wood barrel and Q. Mine. Let's go check on this tavern that I got the initial thing from.
Been anywhere interesting? Yes, I'm still here. Been anywhere interesting? Yes, I'm still here.
Where's an emissary license kept? Where are the emissary licenses? You must be level 15 with that trading company except Athena or Reapers. License costs 2,000 gold. Right, okay. They just go to these islands. There's not hang around much more. They just get going. Let's drop the. Let's keep that. So that's zoomed in. We're going to Boulder K first and just hope that. Right, so the wind's going that way, so on and that, go down. And we're away. I want to pivot slightly to the right. So let's get some cannons. Just make sure, just in case I get attacked, I have at least them loaded. And they're in my inventory, so that's good. Cool. That's all good. We're going the right direction. Just checking I'm going the right direction. Boulder K. And then let's open this up just to check. There's no other. Oh, it changed the page. Oh, I see. So that says Cannon Cove. Oh. So I need to essentially turn around. Head to keep going around. Right, so let's go this way. Anchor! That's someone. Cool. So let's dump this. Dump this harpoon, hopefully. Because I got that. X. It's harp. Can I get? Cool. R. God, look at me learn. Gold. Skeleton orders. Is there anything else on this island? So what's that? That is... Is that the one I just had? That's this one. Thankfully, I use common sense. So I need to come back. Is there anything under here? Looks like there's something. Oh, hello. There is as well as stuff. My gut is saying to go under, so I'm going to trust my gut. Because there's a wreckage, like, so it makes me think that there's... Where is bits? Ooh, very cool. Hasn't said I've got a health bar or anything, so... I'm just gonna explore. Let's go this way. Doesn't look like it, but the game is an incredibly beautiful one. I will give it that. Right, so let's dump this, go back to there, and then... Oh, there's stuff under there. What's that? What are you, sunshine? Ooh, another one. What was that? You're something, so let's dump this. Well, eat, dump, eat down. That. Right, so let's get rid of some bits. Oh, wrong way round. Thanks. Any particular reason why you're going like nobody's business? So let's go down for this bit. There's something around here. There's this, I think. Can I eat them? That may be a bad idea, but we'll live and let live. On the actually back. Need to use you because yeah. Cute. What a damn quest. So this has just been topped up since I left. That's good. Don't judge me for killing the little piggy. Can I go on here with this? Right. Nice. After the piggy. I'm full of pork, apparently. Let's move on. Right, get my pork and we'll go. You can't reject pork when you have the opportunity to get it. It's around here. Pork 1, pork 2, pork 3. Go states, let's go here, here. So what island is this? I'm trying to see what... It's not that one. It's not that one. Is it that one? No. Any ideas? Is it that one? No. Is it that one? Doesn't look like it. Could be. I'm not convinced it is. Really not convinced. I wonder if I can try this. So let's do that. Can I print screen? Let's try that. So then let's go that. File copy. Cannon Cove E2, apparently. E2. Where's Cannon Cove from here? It's not Cannon Cove. Doesn't look anything like Cannon Cove. Literally have no idea. Closest one was that chicken one. I just thought it'd be close by, no? Let's go sandy shallows. Don't particularly want to waste any more time than I already have. May just be there, but it doesn't look like it. Really annoying. Anyway. Boat. Let's go to Sandy then. So that is that direction. Let's go here. Anchor. Oh, wrong way! This ain't gonna be good. So therefore, by extension, I'm taking on water. What a guess. Cool. Back we go, and to avoid this one. No, I have to keep going this way. Damn! Going the complete wrong direction. Right, I'm gonna have to full commit to the full hard turn. Flippity doodahs. Alright, so let's go. Let's cook these pork chops. Cool. Go back up here. Right, okay, so let's make sure we don't bump into this. Then we go round. Now we go left. Okay, which way am I going? Let's straighten her up. So am I going the right direction? Yeah. So then now on a sail angle. To there. Useful. Right, to the right hard. Going there. Let's bring the sail length up. Because I want to sort of try and slow down my speed a bit. Let's then straighten her up a bit tad. I think I need to be here. Go a bit to the left. Lot to the left, actually. Drop anchor! I meant to do that. Nice. Like a glove. Easy. I knew there'd be water coming in. Same hole. At least I'm not splashing it in my face like I normally do. Cool. So this sandy shallows. It's not this, is it? No, this is one of the other places that doesn't look to be much on here, but it can be quick. Oh, hello. Let's go over here and see what that... Let's go. Hello. Go to this. What are you? Right, that's a deployable cannon. Let's go here. Let's then eat my 5 bananas. Cushy. Let's then pick up this crate. There, deployable cannon, then we'll go straight to the island of treasure, and then we'll go do something else. There, drop you, use harpoon. Smashed it. I still got it in my hand. Nice. So it doesn't look like there's anything else here. Let's then push you and then grab my... Everything's good. Sort of. To the right. Why can't I move? There we go. Nice. My ear is killing me. Really is. Is it this one I'm just about to sail past? Right, I need to go left now. So let's straighten her up. Sail length a bit up. Decelling, going in. This then. Oh, handbrake turn. Look at that. Nice. Right. Harpoon. No. Lower. Let's then try and drift forward a bit. Oh! I just spotted. That should be like that. Right, so you can't be like that either. Thank God I spotted that at the corner of my eye. Crumbs! Oh, go away. My pork is frying. I don't want to listen to you. I'll save my own pork. Now. Whoops. Right. Let's go to this. We are north. Is this the island? Let's go back to this. Another damn quest. Right, so it's this island that I need. It's about... Where are you? Oh, hello. So I'm on... So I need to turn around, ideally. So let's do that. So let's go hard this way. Let's do that. Let's then you. Then let's then go you to raise. And drift towards the big one. That one. In the corner of my screen. Let's then lower the sails a little. So let's straighten her up already once I see the... Oh, it's close enough where I can use my harpoon. Cool. Look at all the piggies! Right. About What if you could take them as ship? That'd be interesting. Oh, a shiny thing. All right. So it's that one. What are you? Oh, there's a whole load of stuff over here. So let's get this quest up. Back here. How close is it? Reasonably. Like there. It's literally around here. So it is the east side. Which way south? So yeah, so it's this side of the thing. How can I be this? How can I make this much of an arse of it? So I've been there. Because I haven't got that much more time, I'm tempted just to go back there and sell all my stuff. So let's then go. Let's turn around. I want to go. Let's do that. And it's then release. Sugar plums. About there I need to go. The fact that that's there slightly nerves me. Because I just want to get back to the outpost. Just want to turn the angle of the sail. Christ! Check below decks, fine. Hey up! Let me just see who wants this. Gold hoarders. You're these people. And then when that reputation gets to 15, then I can then get emissary flags and level up that way. If I understand that right. Right, so let's go that. Eat. Oops. Who's this to? Merchant Alliance. That's all the way over there. You're these bods. Right. Gold hoarders. Who needs this? Is that these bods? Let's see if these will take it. If these Cannon of Rage, then I can't do anything with, so I might as well. Yeah! To the bone people. back to you guys. Ooh, nice. 5k. Another 5k, nice. You need to go along here to these people. And I'm about to wrap up this stream. For context, this is the last stream for about a week and a bit, actually. Should be back a week on Sunday. It's a long time away. For the past 2 years, very much been full go on the sort of the, well, year and a bit, well, 2 years, content stuff. First proper time away since then. Properly get away from it all, and to then come back a better and completely different person. So that's the aim. We'll go from there. Nice. Boom. That. We'll leave game. Let's leave. Yes, I do. As I said, this is the last stream. Next time I'll be online will be Sunday the 12th. Crumbs, it's 10 days. 10 days away. I'm going to call it there. It's been an absolute pleasure as always for the no one that's here. But nevertheless, have a good and stay safe. Have a good afternoon, evening or morning, wherever you are.